Why is special needs planning so important right now in our society? Because it's a larger population group than ever before. 60 million Americans, 20% of the US population has some type of disability. 1 in 6 kids between 3 and 17 have some type of developmental disability. Autism is exploding right now. Lower birth rates. Okay, why are all these things coming to? More financial strain on public benefits because of a 20% decrease in the birth rate since 2007 and an aging population going into retirement. We have increased financial strain on Social Security and Medicare. Why is this important? While these buckets might not disappear or vanish in the coming years, look for the privatization of dollars going to fund and support our special needs communities as they get older in age. So let's dive into the value in special needs planning as part of the overall value in estate planning. Okay, so what is this special needs trust? Okay, so this circle here represents the special needs trust, and really it's this large bucket that is there to hold assets after the third party, usually at mom and dad, once they pass away. Who needs a special needs trust? Those that have a special needs child, either a minor or an adult child that they're serving as guardian, Social Security payee of. Okay, so anybody again with a special needs child that has some type of disability, that could be autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and a whole host of other disabilities that leads to what? The need for public benefits. That could be SSI, TennCare Medicaid, Section 8 housing, and other key public benefits that are what? That are means tested, which means that the individual adult has to what? Financially qualify to achieve those desperately needed benefits. Those are the individuals, those are the families, the couples that need to incorporate a special needs trust into their estate plan for their special needs loved one. How does the special needs trust operate? We've already covered why an individual can't leave IRAs, bank accounts, real estate, life insurance directly to a loved one with special needs who is receiving public benefits, or they're going to lose them, which is a really big deal over the lifetime of that person. This is where the special needs trust comes into play. All right. An individual can leave their IRA 401k directly to this trust. They can leave the proceeds of a life insurance policy. They can fund it with real estate, bank accounts. Anything that goes to the special needs trust after the grantor passes away, typically that's mom or dad, these assets are held in the special needs trust, and therefore the benefits are not disrupted. Any assets going to this special needs trust are not counted against the beneficiary when it comes to annually reviewing whether or not they can receive these publicly held benefits. The purpose of the special needs trust is to supplement public benefits, is to supplement, not supplant, and not remove those benefits. And the idea is that the trustee is going to do the very best in his or her ability to stretch out those benefits for the course and lifetime, in theory, ideally, for the special needs trust beneficiary. For special needs families, it's really important that we select the right trustee. Who is properly suited to be a trustee over a special needs trust? Okay, this is where we really try to help our clients. It can be a sibling. Yes, it can. It can be somebody from church. It can be a family friend. But we've really got to be thoughtful about, is this person going to be competent, capable, and able to administer this trust for decades? This is not like a living trust, which might release assets after the grantor's death and then be dissolved. The idea is that this special needs trust is going to be in use for the rest of that special needs individual's lifespan. Okay. And so who makes a good fit? Somebody who's local, has a relationship with the trust beneficiary, and ideally somebody who is very detail oriented, that can file tax returns, handle accounting, manage bills, manage distributions, work with a financial advisor. Okay. And they need to know what? At least the basics about Social Security, okay, asset and income limits for Medicaid, TennCare choices, TennCare Medicaid, housing benefits. So for a lot of people, a professional trustee makes sense. That can be a nonprofit group, that could be a pooled trust, that could be Beacon Legacy Group, it could be a local fiduciary. Okay, but someone who's got the bandwidth to understand the public benefits and operate the special needs trust and make sure they're following federal and state guidelines. Can it be a layperson? Yes, it can. A sibling can be the right answer, but not for everybody. Driving down costs is an important aspect of selecting a trustee, but we don't want to make a poor decision because it was the free option. Is this person going to have the time and the care and the knowledge to carry out the duties for 10, 20, 30 years? These are the factors that go into selecting the trustee.